definitely need some chapstick. So I have a new vanity and a new camera and a new mindset and everything new. I feel like organization is key, especially when you have such a productive, I'm not gonna say busy schedule, but a very productive plate filled schedule. Organization is key. So I've kind of went on this splurge of getting organization bins, containers for the pantry. Like I need organization. So this I thought was cute. So I have all my left-handed situation going on here. The things I need to pull from first: concealer, eyeshadow, and lashes, or excuse me, mascara. And then of course the secondary things, which would be the, well, I guess my brushes should have went over there, but yeah, lip gloss and lipsticks and so forth. So I'm not big on makeup. I like to play around with it. I'm more of like an eyeshadow kind of person and lipstick person, but like as far as foundation and stuff, you probably can notice sometimes because my face changes throughout the season. So if it's colder, I get lighter. Once it's hotter, I be looking more on the toasty side. So it's kind of hard just mixing and finding like the right foundation. But that's why I don't get all into that. I'd rather take care of my skin. I smile a lot, which is a good thing. But because of that, I have crow's feet and the wrinkles are popping up more. And that's okay. You aging like fine wine, girl. That's okay. But skincare should be my focus. I don't want to invest so much into makeup and neglect my actual skin, the skin that God has given me. So as of now, thankfully my face has cleared up a bit. I don't think I was like emotionally eating, but I was eating a lot of sweets and it had my face breaking out. But I'm at a good point right now. I drink a lot of Fiji water. I like alkaline water. CeraVe is my go-to. I finish it off with a face oil that consists of like rose hip, very light oils, argan oil, and so forth. So I'm just trying to take care of my skin overall. But anyways, I hope that y'all having a good day today. I really do. I am being more confident being on this camera. It's allowing me to be more transparent, more open, more of myself. Felt like for a while it was hard for me to open up and share parts of myself because every time I would have an opinion, not every time, but in the more controversial opinions, I would get rocks thrown at me, and I don't want that. I want everybody to like me, but I understand that everybody ain't gonna like you, and that's okay. But as long as you're being pure, as long as you're being loving, everybody's not gonna agree with you. So I've just learned that it's okay to be yourself. You're a human, you're gonna make mistakes, but how can people connect with you if you aren't gonna truly be 100% of you? So I feel like this is my safe place to do that, and I'm excited for what my YouTube series will bring. It will bring a lot of creativity. I like to share the ups, the downs, the in-betweens. So far, my life, I'm not going to say is not exciting, because it's picked up some. It hasn't been as active as it was back in Texas, but I've prayed and asked God to allow my life to be more intentional and more purposeful. And I believe where He has me right now is doing just that. So my plate is full. I mean, I got oxtails, potatoes, greens, cornbread. I can't take no more. So yeah, it's at a place now where I'm like, okay, Lord, help me to manage the things that you've entrusted me with. So I just went on the whole spiel. But yeah, let's get ready. I'm about to go meet my father. My dad has been on the road. He's a truck driver and he's always on the road. And so even though he hasn't had any chance to find any loads coming this way, he finally found something and was able to come towards the East Coast. So he's gonna stop by Columbia and we're gonna go have dinner with him. He hasn't seen Maximus in almost over a year. I would say the last time I seen him, he was 2 months old. So he gets to see his grandson, which is always a great thing. As my mama would say, there's nothing like a grandparent's love. She would always say there's nothing like a mama's love. But now it's been switched to it ain't nothing like a grandmama's love. So to witness that, to see how my grandparents, or excuse me, to see how my parents interact with Maximus, and baby can't do no wrong. And certain things they would allow him to do, they sure wouldn't let me do growing up. But I guess that's just how it goes. Is it blending? Is it blending? Yeah, so that's another reason why I want to move back home, because I miss my family. As I get older, I want to be around family. And now that we have our own family, I want our child to be able to grow up with his own family. Like, it's just us out here. It's just us out here. So that kind of sucks. It's challenging because, like, literally both sides of our family, they stay back home in Texas. So that's where I want to call home. That's where I want to get established and open up a storefront, teach one-on-one classes. Like, there's so many dreams that come with that, but I just feel like this military lifestyle just ain't it. And I just wasn't aware of that before I married into it. But I love my husband so I'm a stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him until the Lord moves on his heart. So if there's a way that we can find a base back home, I'm all for that. I want to be near family. And too, because y'all's nephew, okay, he is running your girl ragged. It takes a village. So I need my village. Here, take them. I'm about to go to the beach. I'm going to drive to Galveston. I need something. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't drop my son off like a hot potato. But I really do believe like it does take a village, because when we first had Maximus, like, my husband had to be back at work within 21 days. And his job is a one-man job. So, like, there was no baby leave where he could take off even after that 21 days. So it was literally just me and baby boy. And I was doing good at first. I was kind of, going crazy, but not at the brink of insanity. But around that 6-month mark, where I guess hormones started to settle back in, and I don't know. I just know your girl was losing her last 2 cents. Like, if they say postpartum depression is a thing, or postpartum anxiety is a thing, then that must be the thing. I just thought it was like really bad spiritual warfare with the thoughts that I was having, with the dreams I was having. It was real crazy. But now that I look back on it, I mean, that could have something to do with it. I still think I was being spiritually attacked, especially when you're vulnerable in that moment. The enemy gonna try to attack you when you're most vulnerable. So I was dealing with all that extra, and I was dealing with it by myself. Like, my husband could do what he could at that time, but most of the time he was at work, and it was just hard for me to push through that. And I just felt alone. I felt so lonely, and I had no one to turn to. So I really felt like if I had some help, don't get me wrong, my mama did suggest to fly out here to help me, like, during pregnancy and after birth, but I just felt like that was too soon. I just wanted that first month for my husband and I to get, acquainted and get adjusted to new baby being in the house. And I just didn't want any, I'm not gonna say outside influence, but extended love being in that intimate moment of us sharing our first moments as a family. So she did try to suggest to help. And now that I look back on it, maybe not right after Maximus coming out my hoo-ha, but a month afterwards, I think that would have have helped tremendously. It took a toll on me, and that just opened my eyes up that much more, wishing that I had family nearby, because I dealt with a lot of stuff. And then on top of just business not being the same, I think it really weighed me down. Yeah, so any chance that I get to see family, it's a celebration, because it's not too many times that they have a chance to come out here. Anyways, I wasn't trying to do story time. Girl, let's fix this up, because they gonna come together. Trust the process. I'm a painter, y'all. So I got a little MUA, but not like expertise MUA. But we gotta get these eyebrows right, because right now they giving Chewbacca. Anyway, so the camera is doing what it is supposed to be doing, which is giving great autofocus and great vivid color and good microphone. I still haven't had the chance to play with it, but I am enjoying it so far. The more I believe I can, be more knowledgeable about all the bells and whistles of it, I think I'll be able to get a little bit more creative with my videos. But until now, it's doing the standard of what it needs to do. So I was talking to my pastor about what was placed on his heart to share with me, and he kept asking me how my prayer life is. And I'm like, sir, my prayer life, I'm talking to God all day, every day. Because after that postpartum depression, PPA, whatever you want to call it, I don't really want to diagnose it. I don't know. I don't want to say that I don't believe in it, but I just really feel like it was more on a spiritual level. So because of that, because of the battles that I was constantly facing each day, it caused me to buckle down and pray even more, and seek God even more, and read his word even more. And I was just at a place where I'm like, negative thought, nope, can't come in. The enemy said what? No, you can't have my mind. You can't have my thoughts. Like, I was trying to guard my heart and my mind in him, that I was not allowing any fiery arrow to be thrown my way. So any chance that I got, I was praying aloud. I was speaking aloud. And now I'm in a space where I'm not fearful, not anxious. Like, I'm very bold. I'm very courageous, because I know whose I am. So it allows me to have that confidence, not to slip up. That means you have to keep putting on the full armor of Christ. So, but I'm in a space now where, like, I know I don't have to pray literally every second to just keep my mind intact. But in those moments of silence, I do ask God to help me to hear from him even more clearly. So say all that to say, when the pastor was asking me, like, how's my prayer life? I'm like, I talk to God all day. And when I ain't talking, I'm asking to hear from him. From what was revealed to him is something is taking place where God is calling me higher. And I see it. I know. I'm not afraid anymore. There have been times where, like, I was sharing with him, like, I'll be casting out demons in my dreams. And I've been having that since I was young. Just praying over people, and just to be transparent, like, not that I don't feel comfortable about talking about this, but I ain't trying to scare nobody off. But at the same time, like, this stuff is real. Like, if y'all know my testimony, me being around devil worshipers and them trying to do a ritual on me, like, all that stuff I've seen firsthand, I've witnessed. And God is not going to force your hand to choose him. He's going to give you free will of, if you want to play for the team, then go ahead. But if you want to play for my team, here's your chance. And that's the choice that he's given me. So I've seen the ins and outs. I've been a part of blaspheming God's name and rubbing crystals and doing all kind of crazy stuff, because I had no business doing it. I didn't know no better. I mean, I was more curious as to why the New Age was against Christianity than so forth. But going on a tangent. So I've experienced a lot, and with where God, I believe where he's calling me next is going to require more obedience, more discipline, which I'm willing to surrender to. Before, like I say, I was fearful of it, but now I'm like, I have nothing to lose. I've seen God work in my life plenty of times before. I've seen him show up and show out. I've seen him answer prayers. So like, I'm all in, all chips in. Lord, how do you want to use me? And with what was spoken over my life today, I believe, not that I was seeking confirmation, but I do believe that that coincides with where God is directing my steps next. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what takes place. I'm excited to see how he continues to work in my life. And I just encourage you that if there is something that God is calling you to, or something that has been pressing on your heart, that you just submit and trust him in that process and know that he's going to bring you through it. Know that he's not going to let you down. Know that he's going to have all the ducks in a row for you before you even get there. He's going to go before you and have your table set. You don't have to worry how the plates are going to get there. You're not going to have to worry how the food is prepared, because it's going to be more than you expect. So surrender and know that the purpose that he has on your life, that is going to be well worth it. I know that you're going through so much right now. I know that it hurts. I know that it is painful. I know that you want to throw in the towel, but you can't. It's not in you. You are victorious. You are more than a conqueror. So you can't do it, because you're going to be a testament to someone. Your testimony is going to help somebody else through that same battle that they're facing. And when they see that you've made it out on the other side, baby, that's going to encourage them to keep pushing, keep going, and that their blessing is there waiting on them with open arms. Anytime that you experience adversity, especially at a very high degree, that just means that there's something, that refining process, there is gold that's going to come from that. There is the pressure that you feel, there is diamonds that is going to come from that. So don't run away from the pressure. Don't run away or cower down from the heat that is rising in your life right now. Push through that thing. Push through that thing. So whatever your spiritual gift is, lean into it. I don't know if you've ever watched a movie with superheroes, but if you ever notice, when a hero first discovers their superpower, they're sporadic. They're all over the place. They don't know how to control it. But the more you lean into that thing, the more you spend time with the Spirit, the more that you understand God's word, the more that you operate in the Spirit, the more that it will become fluent to you. It will be seamless in a sense. Now, there will be more challenges, but you'll be able to get through that thing easier because you've already been through level 3. So level 6 may seem like, dang, this is a little bit more, but I have the perseverance and I have the endurance to handle it because I've already experienced what a part of that feels like back in level 3. I don't know what God all has in store, but I just know I have to trust him. Because baby, the woman that I'm looking at in this mirror right now, I remember days I used to look in this, not the same mirror, but I used to look in a mirror and feel so lost and felt so empty and felt like, who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Is it even worth living? But I can look in this mirror and say God has brought me so far, and I'm so thankful to see who he has turned me into, what my identity in him is. I'm grateful for that because baby, if you would have known me back in the day, Lord knows, Jesus knows, my goodness, I'd say I was a heathen. I was a whole heathen. Jesus, Lord. If you see old pictures, my God. I used to be so ashamed of my tattoos because I just felt like, because it came from a traumatic experience of coming out of the tattoo industry and all that that came with. And I was just like, every day looking at my skin, it was just a daily reminder. But it's a part of my story, you know, it's a part of my journey. So I'm not ashamed of them anymore. And I don't downplay tattooing. You know, that's a form of artistic expression. If that's what you do, then that's what you do. You know, there are Christians that will rock God proudly on their skin. it is not for us to judge them. You know, people look at me all the time, and I'm sure there's this pre-notion on their face until I open my mouth and talk with them, and you know, they get to know a little bit more about me, and then you can see that wall come down. You know, never judge a book by its cover, because you don't know what that person has been through. And I'm speaking for myself, because baby, when I step outside these Sumterian streets, I be ready. I be shooting people with prayers. I'm like, Lord, these people. There are people out here that are cut from a different cloth. Like, I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my makeup and get myself together before we have to leave. So I hope that y'all have an amazing day. Spread the love, spread the joy, spread the love, spread the joy. Be a joy to somebody else. Okay, let me just get off this camera.
We just pulled up home, so we're gonna. Who's getting a silk press every single week? And not me. Band that I showed y'all, that like chevron. They don't know business. That's just her regular note. This girl and everything, and then we'll probably cook some dinner tonight. It's gonna be really chill. I do have just. Where it's just a dream to walk in and see all this shapewear everywhere.
No glasses for me though. All right, let me go get them. Nap time is up. Is that the thing?